Unfortunately, this job has been a bit emotional. You're about to watch it. Enjoy.
Look at this.
Where on earth is that coming from? I have not got a clue. Oh my, there's more.
Oh, it's a bee. Why everywhere we go there's wasps?
Probably should finish what I've started. Wow, it just keeps going. Whoever's done it must have some sort of electrical background, but they're not an electrician. No, 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 sir. Oh, that's funny. My coffee this morning was really gross. I said to my dad, I was like, man, the coffee machine's broken or something. I said, I'm just so bad at making coffee. And he said, it was on like the cleaning setting.
Oh, so you got all the dregs and all
I've just got all the dregs and everything. I thought it tasted bad, but I still drank it.
Yeah. But he's used singles up there on the board. There's like a big, not a temporary building site board with power. It's like one of those up there with sockets, leading sockets and double sockets, yeah. Fixed on. Fridge, light wave. Then that socket goes into a double socket. Light wave, loft lights.
So here it is. Here's the board that we're going to be changing over. It's definitely creative with their install methods. I think maybe someone was trying to pass a portfolio or something. Let's see how many different containment methods we can get into one. But yeah, here's the board. So the customer has supplied this. So we've got the Type A RCDs and the AFDs, AFDDs rather. So they're actually after the RCBO. It's interesting. This is really my first time opening. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's actually my first time looking at one. Have they left the instruction manual? I'm hoping they've left the instruction manual, because I'm pretty sure with these they need neutrals in, and I was under the impression most of the AFDDs had the RCD function built into it as well, but maybe I'm wrong. I know Wilex, their one, they have a single module AFDD, and that has overcurrent protection, RCD. It has, and it's all the proper bits as well. Like it has the little bimetallic strip in it, and it's also got the what is it, toroidal CT or something like that for the RCD. So it's actually got everything in there. Whereas this seems to be purely just the AFD and breaker. So presumably it's got the AFD circuitry and the thing, but all I'm thinking is, how do I get the bus bar across there? Because the neutral terminal's there, so it doesn't seem like that'll work. Bus bar's going to go between neutral and there, so that's, yeah, it's definitely not going to work. How can we do that? Even if it goes on end of line, unless, oh, that seems really rough, unless we take that to the end of line, then have a bit of cable link out and jump past the neutral terminal into the line. Yeah, that actually, bear with. I'm going to read the instruction manual. There's no shame in asking for the instruction manual, even though if it goes against every part of the essence of being a man. I need to think straight. Chemicals in these things just wake up my brain. It's great. Probably should get my taller ladder out, really.
Look at this. There's just power things everywhere.
Where on earth is that coming from? Yeah, you can't have any singles.
Stuff, look.
Nah, yeah,
like
you can't
singles.
have that. Oh, I mean, that might be ELV, to be fair. Yeah, it is. That's extra low voltage.
That's
even still, I don't think we can have it like that.
Then you've got light and stuff going into sockets.
Outside lights. So they've put the outside lights on a plug, but then they're not going to outside lights, so they're going to here, and there's nothing coming out the back. But they're not singles. That's twin and earth that's been stripped. That's why I'm a bit confused. If it was singles, it would make sense, because you buy it on a drum as singles, but that's actually, oh my life. In the name of Nora Jones, am I supposed to test this? There's just, everything's coming off sockets. It's like, I think there's like a 4mm ring, but what I don't get is, you've got like fire stuffing lands, so whoever's done it must have some sort of electrical background, but they're not an electrician. No, 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 sir. Anyway, I've got the board change. This is your job. See you later, mate. Oh, that's solid, isn't it? It's like, mate, I have not got a clue. I'm gonna have to pull up the see if
I've got the report in here.
I'll have to have a look at it. This is pretty mental. And really want to be using that. And is that 230 volts coming out of there? I think it is. But look, all the earths have been cut out. On what planet is that? You know? Okay. Yeah, it's all mains. So It needs to be ripped out and started again, really. I don't think you can work off that. I mean, and we're changing the board, we're taking responsibility for it. I'm not signing it off. Look, there's boxes. There's one here underneath you. Power supply, 230 volt box, junction boxes. Over here, just clocked this one as well. Out. Look at that. Look. Mate, I'm not even kidding. This is actually the most crazy DIY job I've ever seen in my life. Seriously.
Everywhere.
Seriously.
It's the stuff you can see.
Like, I'm not saying it's the most dangerous, because I'm not saying it's dangerous, but it's definitely the most mental. And it's just the fact that there's junction boxes everywhere that aren't even necessary. They don't even need to. Oh my, there's more. It just keeps giving. Right, let's just do a video, because I feel like they're not going to understand. I just remembered I've got a meeting with the gynecologist. See you, boys. And that's just buried in the ground, isn't it? Yeah.
See the ones that go up to the top, aren't they?
I presume so, yeah. Running along there to all the garden lights. Wow. Can I see the certificate?
Yeah.
I think they might need to just be disconnected, just because they're not armoured cable, and they're wired in like an Arctic Flex, which is for 110 volts really. It's like a site supply cable. So I think a few of those bits might just have to be disconnected until they're made safe later. Is this the armoured cable that's coming out to here, or where's this armoured cable?
Two cables coming from the bottom of the shed. Look, there's one to the left-hand side, in between those two boards. Left, up. Just below that board.
Yeah.
There's one there. Where's that coming up from? Down right there, that cable there. So that's the one, yeah, goes up over the top into it.
Look, that copper, how much is on show? And the armoured cable has just been taped to there. This is like there's just absolutely no way I can put my name to it. That is brilliant. That's my new toy. Love it. That's going to save so much time on EICRs. Right, so there is... Oh dear, that's just come out. That's not very good. Oh, there's the screw for it there. I'm going to argue that that is possibly a loose connection, just because the screw is in my hand and not in the terminal. So nice.
Yeah. Oh, it's a bee. Why? Why everywhere we go there's wasps?
Okay, so luff lights is on a plug. So that's fine. So if the luff lights are dodgy, at the end of the day, it's not part of the fixed wiring. We're here to assess the fixed wiring. So if the luff lights aren't fixed wiring, technically we can unplug them, and that's not the end of the world. This one here, all this light wave stuff, that's also on a plug. So whilst that's not, I don't like it, if we unplug that, it's up to him. If he wants to plug it back in, it's just like if someone makes a dodgy appliance and decides to plug it in after you leave, they design their own Hoover. That's not up to you, and we'll just put it very clearly on the certificate that we've unplugged it all. Yeah, so all of this, again, this is all on a plug. But let's just unplug it and see what goes off. Single insulated cable, it's just a no-no. But, again, if we just unplug everything that we're not happy with, right? Let's unplug everything that we're not happy with. I think that is all the sketchy stuff unplugged. That's a fridge, so that's okay. He's coming through. I'm going to go Bruce Lee on it. Oh, I'm so blind, I'm staring at the light. I can just hear it, I can't see it. Jeez, that's massive. Come on, mate, I dare you. We interrupt this episode to talk about the sponsor of today's video who's made it possible for us, TRADIFY. It's fantastic workflow software which helps business owners to manage everything from subcontractors, invoices, quotes, the full works of running a business, and makes it all straightforward. If you want to try it, you can use our code below where you can get 50% off for 3 months. Time to do some sketchy stuff. Down to there. I think this one here is the garage. Let's see if this is earthed, just out of interest. Yeah, it is. Technically it's earthed. Obviously, you want to provide value for money. You want to make sure the customer gets the service that they're expecting. And you want to make sure that you leave it safe. So I'm not going to put my name to something that I don't feel is safe. So what I've done is I'm trying to disconnect all the things that I'm not happy with. And at the end of the day, if the customer decides to reconnect that, I'm not even saying it's the customer that's done it. It could have been here when they bought the property, but I'm just going to disconnect everything that I don't feel is completely safe. If that's decided to reconnect, then it's kind of their decision. As long as I leave it today safe than how I found it, I'm happy. We're putting arc fault detection devices in, which was meant to be the point of this whole video, which was meant to be a really easy day, which is why I think it'd be nice to film, because it's like a nice laid back day, but it's turned into the complete opposite of that. But I'm going to make it safer. I'm going to get the arc fault devices on. While I'm doing that, I'm going to get Luke making as many of the remedials right as possible while we're here to make the most of the time. Then I'm just going to have to do a hefty limitations sheet and say to the customer, look, we've made it safer, but if you want it really, really properly compliant, this is all the things you need to do. So that's what I've been told to do. That's what I'm going to do. This is the Bosch Go. I've not been paid to review it. I've not been sent it. Bought this out of my own money just to save my wrists a bit of hand cramping and fatigue. And I have to say, so far, I absolutely love it. Just think about how much wrist fatigue I've saved already. So I've tried lots of different methods when I'm changing consumer units to make it as clear, quick and easy as possible. And one of those is the tiger stripes, where you stripe 1, 2, 3, 4. But the one that I've come back to now is I just label each cable. So I'll label what it is and the breaker size. So cooker, that was a 32 amp. Then I've got shower, 40 amp. It's all labelled, just makes it a lot clearer. So they're only temporary labels. It just means I'm not guessing what's what as I'm putting it in, and I can sticker up the board as I'm putting it in. I think I'm not going to use any of this because I'm just not too keen on it. I think what I'm going to do instead is see if I can get some like trunking to fit up there. See what I have on the van. We literally have penny washers. That's funny. Someone's got desperate. We've all been there. How funny is that? I mean, if it works, it works. It's copper. Okay, there we go. Let's get this thing off. We're in deep now. No turning back. We've passed the point of no return, which is always exciting on a board change. I feel like it's on a small scale how it'd feel to be a heart surgeon doing a transplant and take the heart out and be like, right, can't go for my lunch break now. I probably should finish what I've started. I don't see how this is worth filming. What I'm thinking is, for this circuit, I've just been racking my brains on how to make it safe and how to actually make it work, because I reckon there needs to be some kind of special bus bar for this, because if you have a look, you've got the neutral and the live on the bottom, so you need a bus bar that like skips the teeth, do you know what I mean, where it has every other tooth live, every other tooth neutral, but at the minute I can't do that. So what I'm thinking is, come out of a 40 amp breaker, because it's only a 16 amp and a 32 amp AFDD MCB that we're installing, and they're really not big loads at all. So if we come out of the 40 amp, I'll slide that over to there actually. Go on mate. We'll come out of the 40 amp into the input terminal for the RCD, out of the bottom of the RCD into that with just some I guess we can use 6mm or 10mm into that, and then out of there into there. And then we'll do the same with the neutral. We'll just loop out, and we can come out of there. And then this whole thing is fused by a 40 amp. It's ridiculous because Wilex would have done this in 2 ways. We've used 2, 4, 6, 7 ways to do one thing. It is what it is, and I want to make sure it's safe. And that's the only way that I can really think of right now. I'll probably kick myself later when I'm watching it and I think of a better way, but at the minute this is the only way I can think of to make it work.
So this, it's just an outside board. It's got an armoured going into it, and it does the outside lights. And on the EICR, well, actually earlier when Cory took it off, it just showed a lot of exposed copper and things like that into the terminals. So basically, yeah, I'm just going to take the board off and just try and neaten it up a bit as best I can.
See if these stay on. I lag. Alright.
What's wrong with it?
So that one just seems to be on its own. It has not been a fun day. It has been the furthest thing from a fun day. I think I've had more fun having hemorrhoids removed than I've had today. And I don't even have hemorrhoids, and I never have had them. I imagine it'd be more fun than this. And now my labeler has decided to pack up. It's not printing. And when it is, it's in this sketchy thing, like fading off the ends, and it looks rubbish. Like, the whole reason I use these labels is because I think they look nicer, and I make them yellow because it's easier for people that are hard-sighted and dyslexic to read. Google that, that is a fact. I'm not trying to be funny. And I'll be honest, also just because I have yellow tape in my bag. But that is one of the benefits to it. Yeah, it's just been a really rubbish day, to be honest. I just want it to end. I just want to go to bed. Do you know what? Sack the video. I'm just going to tell you why my day was bad. I slept terribly. I had a horrible coffee. It was really bad. And then this job, I was thinking, oh, it's going to be so exciting, doing a nice AFDD video. I can talk about the new regs and all the changes that are coming, getting rid of stickers and this kind of thing. But no, that would be too easy. Can't have it that way. I don't know. I'm just trying to change my attitude on it. Trying to look for the positives of the day. Well, there's the obvious positive. Papa Pringle never lets me down. He's always reliable. And I've also run out of blanks, so I've had to use MCBs, which kills me. It kills me. But we're going to have to come back, basically. There's no way we can get everything done today. I feel like I've done the most reasonable job I can do in the time given. I've put Copex and some lagging on there just to protect them from the pipe, which, to be honest, isn't really hot, and that's the heating running on full blast. But it's just annoying, because I like to do a very, 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 very nice job. Otherwise, I feel like I would rather just stay in bed. Money doesn't really motivate me, which is a problem. Maybe I need it more. Maybe I need to, I don't know, experience poverty a bit harder. The thing that motivates me is when I enjoy my work and when I feel like I've done a cracking job. That's when I'm happy. And when I feel like I've done an all right job, not super satisfying really, but one thing's for sure, it's definitely safer. And actually, in a way, it's the perfect place that we could have demonstrated an arc fault protection device. The reason for that is, these are the two circuits in the loft, the ones that I'm really not best pleased with, where I think they're a bit sketch, and they're on that. So basically what that device is doing, if there is any fault, it's pretty much protected. You've got the overload protection, you've got the arc fault protection, you've got the earth leakage protection, you've got surge protection. That cable is super protected. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to double check that they're all definitely doing the right things that I want them to do, and then I'm going to label these ones, and then I'm going to double check the bonding and get out of here. Right, this is non-sponsored, but this product is fantastic, okay? I've stuck these fluke leads on it if I want to, but it's for if you're working alone or with a useless cameraman. People love it when I bash the cameraman. They get really upset and stick up for him, which is great. It's so nice. They don't understand that we cuddle when the camera goes off. So what I can do is turn that on, and that's going to make that really annoying noise, and then it's going to talk to this, and that's going to transmit, and I can take this down to the board of me to a pretty insane range. I don't know what the stated range is, but I've not had an issue with it going out of range yet in a house. And then when I flick it off, boop, it's exactly the same as one of these, except with these I can't hear this when I'm down the other side of the house, whereas with this I can hear it. So I'll show you what it looks like on the other side. Okay, so it's showing mains on. So let's go down to the board, see what the range is like. This is a bit of a distance. Okay, so I believe it is this one here, this one that I've rated down to 16 amps for the loft. And there you go, mains off. Cool, isn't it? It's not safe isolation, but just for identifying circuits, and back on. And off. There we go. Very handy for labelling and identifying circuits. I'll leave a link in the description for that. Okay, so I've done everything I can now really. I've labelled it all up, it's all as clear as I can make it. I've just done the water bonding. The gas bonding I think I need to do, but I'm out of time and everything will be closed now. Almost time for some mint chocolates. Yeah, and I don't have the materials or anything to do that, so that will be something that I think we'll have to come back for. But it's been emotional, that's for sure. I was hoping we'd do a really in-depth video today on AFDDs and how they work and everything. I spent all night researching them and some of the changes in the regs, but unfortunately that appears like it's not going to be today's video. And in the meantime, I hope you've enjoyed it and appreciate the struggle, and I'll see you on the next one.